Hello, welcome to Crafting Kitty. My name is Erin and it is Thursday. I almost said it was Wednesday. It's Thursday. And on Thursday we have been checking in on my various themed projects that I've created. I have stopped myself from creating anymore, so we're going to work with what we have going now, and we're going to go back and touch base and see where we're at with things. I have very exciting progress on one project. So if you watched, did I talk about it last week? Yes, I did. If you watched last week, you probably know. But anyway, we will start with day 23 of my Something Dark and Grim Halloween countdown from Yarnaceous Fibers. We have been doing Rumpelstiltskin. I broke my fingernail and I tried to file it. It didn't file nice. Okay, it broke too far down to file nice. You know, you can't file if it... I can't file if it touches my skin. It creeps me out. Anyway, 1, 2, 3. Too much info. Ooh, I think I see some gold tannish tones. I do. So Rumpelstiltskin is the fairy tale. This whole countdown has had a gothic fairy tale theme to it. And this is Rumpelstiltskin's Golden Tongue. It is a golden, kind of bright mustardy tonal and very beautiful. All of the yarns here have been tonal. I do know she does variegated and speckles and whatnot. Check out Heather from the Crochet Witch. She has the Stranger Things weekly Halloween countdown that she's opening. And that has been more variegated. But I am really loving this set. I can see how the colors will work all very well together. I think I am going to use, I have a vision for this project being a moss stitch vest or sweater, depending on how much yarn gets used. I am thinking I'm sealing all of it back up in these bags so I can randomly pick the colors, and then I'm thinking moss stitch, nice V-neck, and then we'll see how much I have left over once I'm done with the body and make some sleeves. That's the plan. I'm really excited about that idea. So crochet. Alrighty. So what are we doing? We are having another back-to-back installment of Caron-O-Rama. Why, you ask? Why would you do this, Erin? Because I did indeed finish Bingo's blanket. This is the garter column throw. I keep saying garter ridge. It is garter column throw. It is a free pattern from Premier.com. And I'm trying to remember, did I take the stitch marker off? Yes, I did. Okay. So here it is in all of its lovely glory. I really love how it turned out. Bingo is so excited to get this. I do need to kind of lay it out and get a nice picture of it. All the ends are woven in, only 2 ends. And yeah, so this blanket is complete and lovely. I'm not going to have time to take a picture to inset before I edit this video, so I won't have that. I think this project is listed in my Ravelry, so I'll try to remember to post it to Ravelry in case you're curious of getting like an overall picture of the blanket. It is very difficult to hold even that size throw up to get a full visual on camera. So this, as I said, was the garter columns throw from Premier. And next, oh, I'll show you how much yarn I had left over. This one called for Premier Puzzle yarn. They said you would need 3 balls of it, and that would be roughly 990 yards. They wanted your finished measurements to be 48 inches long, 34.5 inches wide. Honestly, I didn't measure it, but that sounds about right. I use, obviously, anniversary cake. They called for US 10 6mm 36-inch circular needle. I used a 10.5 because when I was learning to knit, apparently 10.5 has fallen out of vogue, but my grandma taught me so many patterns with a 10.5, so I've got a lot of them. I've got far more 10.5s than I have of 10s. I don't know why, but I finished it, and well, here's the needle in question. It's my good old boy, and this is the yarn that I have left. So a good amount of yarn left. I cannot claim the label. I could definitely crochet up a hat and cowl or something with this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put it in my leftovers. I have a plan for a scrap gan. Some things might end up in the scrap gan, some things might not. I don't know. I used the rest of Chomp's to make a hat and cowl, but I had very little left of his. This is much more. And the ball has gotten quite schmutzy because I was carrying it, hauling it all around. This was the ball that went to the campfire. What else do I have in here? Oh, I've got... Has anyone else tried these? I'm obsessed with them. They're called Yogis. They're like fruit leather cubes, and they're covered in yogurt. They're delicious. I don't know why. I've become obsessed. They're like adult fruit snacks. But there we go. The bag is, well, now empty, but for my measuring tape. I have a giant scissors in this one, a single stitch marker, and a pencil. So we will get this set up for the next project. I don't need needles. This one's going to be a crochet project. This is going to be the Pumpkin Spice Blanket by whistleandwool.com. I'm pretty darn sure I found this on Ravelry, and it is in my library. So let me just really quick check that. Is it Pumpkin Spice? I got a lot of M projects here. I could have done a search, but why do that? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to do all of this, and it's not going to be in here, isn't it? Oh, it is in... Where? Okay, here we go. We're going to do a search. I bet you it is in... If it's in my just my favorites, then that is a problem. But I can search favorites, can't I? Just the word pumpkin. Okay, here. That was easier. Why didn't I think about that before? Okay. Pumpkin Spice Blanket. As I said, she had it... this is not a free pattern on Ravelry, but you can get it for free from her blog if you go to her website. So it's $5, and here is the blanket. She used yarn to stripe it up. I am going to just let my anniversary cake fly free and see what it looks like. I think it's going to be cool. It's on the bias. There's kind of a close-up. I am pretty excited to give this one a try. There's a couple. Did anyone else do it? Let's see. Okay, here's someone else's version. Striped it up with some purple and gold. That looks awesome. Now we have a number. I kind of used the colors in it. Oh, I don't see anyone using my idea of just letting a variegated go, but there you go. I guess maybe part of the design is the stripies and I'm going to lose that, but I'm okay with that. I think it's going to be just fine, but that gives you an idea of what this blanket's going to look like. It uses, she used Hue and Me, which is a 5-weight, 10 skeins of it, so she used 13, no, just add a 0. Yeah, 1,370 yards. Oh, wait, am I short? This is 1,061 yards. Erin. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Wait! I bought a slice of anniversary cake in this color. I need to track that down. I know where the box is. I have not put it downstairs in the basement yet. Okay, so I do have a little bit more yardage. And I'm pretty sure with her color controlling that, she didn't use exactly all of the 10 skeins. I'm sure she used like, I'm sure she had part of one of the colors. So she probably had part of both the colors left over. So she probably in total used 8 skeins plus some out of the last skein. But we'll see. We'll see. And what did I say? She used a Clover Amore 9mm hook. Anniversary Cake asks for an 8mm hook when you work with it. When I did the anniversary star, I know I used an 8mm. I quite liked how that looked. I will look through my hooks over here, and if I find an 8 or a 9 first, I'll just grab and use that one. With blankets, I don't think your gauge is going to be that much off, or the size is going to be that much different. Frankly, if I used an 8mm hook, it would be a touch smaller, and then I wouldn't need all of the 1,370 yards. You can tell I totally did a lot of planning before I picked these blankets. I actually did try to. Tried to go through and make sure I would have enough. I don't know if in my furls here, there's a 7mm right on top. This one's not marked. What are you? I wrote on all of my boxes the millimeters, except this one doesn't have one. That's an I. So that's 5.5. Oh, and 9mm. Here we go. We're doing 9mm. Let's see which frills is in this box. Oh, this looks like, is this the coffee and cream one? There you go. It is decided. The needles of the hooks of fate. I still call them needles. I think if you learn to crochet, or you learn to knit before you crochet, everything's a needle and you cast on everything. If you learn to crochet first, you probably call everything a hook and you chain up. I don't know. I did want to mention, of course, if you are participating in Caron-O-Rama with me, I highly encourage it. You do not have to do the patterns that I'm doing. Like I said, this is just initially, I want to use the anniversary cakes that are taking up so much space in the room. And they're lovely, and I save them because they're so lovely. We need to use the lovely yarns. We need to. And I had this whole plan to make everyone in the family a throw blanket from 2024's anniversary cakes. So this is the throw blanket for myself. I have 2 other blanket patterns already selected because I can't count. And when I needed 4, I got 5. But I do have extra yarn up there to make. I have extra yarn of anniversary cakes I can use. I have a plan. There is a plan. What am I saying? Okay. Miss Deb said she was just looking, and there's a bit of kismet out there because she did buy a couple of anniversary cakes with the intent to do a pattern. But she emailed me and said that, now I haven't checked this out, but Deb is a very, very trustworthy source, and anything she tells me, I absolutely believe. She was just seeing a planned pooling project that was done with the 2025, so the most recent, this year's anniversary cakes from Gilded Loop Crochet. I'm not familiar with this channel, but Miss Deb M, you know her. I love her. She is a very, very talented. She is a master of crochet. She will say she isn't because she is humble, but she makes beautiful items and she whips them up at incredible speed. Like, I feel like I'm a bit speedy at crochet, but it might be because I'm comparing my knitting speed, and though I am more experienced in knitting, I am vastly slower. The number of months it took me to make this blanket should prove that to you. I crocheted Chomps's blanket in, I'll say 3 weeks. It was like 2.5 weeks. This took me months to do. And they are roughly the same size. Okay, so I am going to, when I'm done here, go check out Gilded Loop Crochet. I'll link it down below. Like I said, I'm not familiar with this channel, but I love finding new channels and new project ideas. So that might give me an idea I can flag for when I am ready to use the 2025 colors. Because I did get my hands on a few. I did indeed, and I am so excited. Okay, I love you all. I am going to talk to you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye-bye.